eTown Hall in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. It's eTown with this week's guests from Oakland, California, Miko Marks, from the Sunrise Movement, Emma Weber, and also from Oakland, the California Honeydrops. I'm Helen Forster. Join me now in welcoming our host, Nick Forster.
Thank you, Helen. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to eTown Hall. So most of us, I would say all of us, have had those moments when we were young where something happened or we discovered something and it changed our course. We decided to chase something that we were either naturally really good at or we were interested in, and we took a different path. For Miko Marks, I have a feeling that happened when she was 15 years old and she left her home in Flint, Michigan, and she went to New York City to sing with a group that she was singing with at Carnegie Hall in New York. And she was like, this feels good. I think I'm going to keep doing this. For Lech from California Honeydrops, it might have been when he was in college and he put together his first kind of jug band or a traditional jazz band, and he realized that a straight job and a straight career was probably not for him. And for Emma Weber, who is our interview guest this week, it's kind of happening now. She's in high school. She is a dedicated activist fighting for climate justice, and she's working really hard through the Sunrise Movement. We've all had those moments, but she's found hers, and she's on that path. So we're going to learn about that stuff this week, too. Up first, as you all know, is a band that has evolved over its, nearly 20 years, 17, 18 years, something like that. They have never really changed from their commitment to the roots of traditional soulful music. It's the basic ingredients of so many different styles of American music, seen through the eyes of these characters, these creative souls. That's what they do. Here for their first visit from Oakland, California. Please welcome to eTown, California Honeydrops.
Well, we're going to start it up acoustic. A pleasure that we don't have the chance of doing a lot. So, yeah. My baby, like she don't love me no more. It's raining on my window pane. It's storming outdoors. It's raining on my window pane. And it feels just like my baby. She won't take me back again. Yeah. Can't you hear the wind howling, howling round my door? Can't you hear the wind howling, howling around my door? Yeah, it feels just like my baby, like she don't love me no more. And it feels just like my baby, like she don't love me no more. Up on this third stone from the sun, the only home I know, where love abounds in skies and sounds and tastes too sweet to tell. The night sky's got me wondering of worlds I cannot see, and the whisper of the evening breeze elsewhere is calling me. You know, I hear in a song loved ones gone on, ones I hope I'll see again someday. Whoa, so until my final days in longing, I will roam up on this third stone from the sun, the only home I've ever known. You know, I hear in a song loved ones gone on, ones I hope I'll see again someday. Whoa, until my final days in longing, I will roam up on this third stone from the sun,
Lech, welcome. California Honeydrops have been around for a long time, and this is the first time you've been on eTown. It's so cool.
Yeah, thanks for having
Glad
us.
you're here. Yeah, it's great. You and I were both born not in the United States of America, but then we came here and when we were little. And the difference is when you got here, your parents spoke Polish. You grew up speaking a different language.
How do you know these things?
Oh, man. I was there.
This is getting weird. Yes, this is true. Yeah, we didn't speak English at home,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Yeah. But I'm also I really appreciate the fact that you have found such a deep pathway into so many different styles of music. And I just wonder how that happens. Like, did your parents have like a crazy record collection when you were a kid? Or
Yeah. My dad loved old jazz, Sidney Bechet, and Louis Armstrong especially.
were those records easy for him to find in Poland?
I think it was really hard to find
Yeah.
stuff in Poland.
Yeah.
My dad was born in 1937, so he lived through the worst of the
Yeah.
terror post-war.
Yeah.
By the time I was a kid, obviously in Poland, you could listen to anything you wanted.
Yeah.
So, and my mom really encouraged me musically too. She would go and get CDs for me and stuff like that. But
Did she like that same kind of music, or did she like more
No,
contemporary
no.
stuff?
My mom was a kid of the 60s. She was
Oh.
quite a bit younger than my dad, and she was more into like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I just got interested in getting down to the sources, I was just like,
yeah.
where does this come from?
Yeah, it's like a mystery. It's like, how do you solve this puzzle?
Yeah. And that's kind of where it really got going on my musical path. My friends in high school were all deadheads too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry
Some
Lips.
some people never grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lucky are they. We found out that some of the songs they were doing on those Jerry acoustic things were by this guy, John Hurt. I think that was the thing that changed everything. When I heard John Hurt play the guitar, I was like, what is that? Because I'd just been playing trumpet until then.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
when you
stuff-
were, not to imply that you're older than you probably are, but when you were in high school, was there such a thing as internet and just, YouTube? And
In my country,
because in my case, I didn't
we
have
have
that.
bear walking down the street, bring you CD sometimes.
Bear. Maybe if I play fiddle, the bear will dance. Yeah. Well, what's funny about it to me is that, I grew up where it was a complete random thing. I couldn't go to a CD store and get a John Hurt record.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. But
It wasn't as easy as it is now, but you could find the stuff.
Yeah.
By the time I was in college, we could order everything into our college library.
Amazing.
So we didn't have to pay for it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oberlin College Library.
Yeah.
Music library, yep.
I knew I should have gone to college.
Yeah. Some people never grow up,
And they're lucky. So I guess I can assume that your dad's love of traditional, New Orleans music led you to trumpet, and then John Hurt sort of derailed you from that path.
The whole John Hurt thing derailed me for sure because I stopped practicing the trumpet, and you can't really ever stop practicing the trumpet.
Yeah.
So that was a problem. And then what really put it all together was I heard Snooks Eaglin.
Yeah.
And he did all of this kind of music, but by himself on the acoustic guitar. So he would play everything. And I was like, wait a minute. You can actually do whatever you want.
I saw Snooks at the Rock and Bowl in New Orleans one time. That was just like
Yeah.
mind-blowing.
I
Yeah.
bet. I never got to see him.
Well, that's because I'm much older than you are. And he's been dead for quite a long time.
Solid point.
Yeah, solid point. Yeah, I did a workshop with Elizabeth Cotton, and I played with Pop Staples and, all kinds of stuff.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Well, you got to play with a lot of cool people, too. I'm just going to say what I've already been saying, which is there are not many people who can look at the entire, it's the equivalent of like our Hooley Records catalog or something like that, and really resonate with every style that's captured and represented there. And you've done it. You not only like the music, but you've figured it out and made some of that your own. That's hard to do, man. I'm very impressed.
Oh, thank you.
Lech, it's super cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we're really glad you're here. We had a lot more music to get to. Welcome back, if you would, the California Honeydrops.
give it up for Johnny Bones on the saxophone!
That's the California Honeydrops from Oakland, California. That's Lech Wierzynski, Benjamin Malamud, Johnny Bones, Lorenzo Loera, Beaumont Boyer, Oliver Tuttle, Leon Cotter, Miles Blackwell, California Honeydrops. They will be back. Play some more music later on in the show.
Your visit to eTown is made possible in part by the Scientific and Cultural Facilities District, or SCFD, one of the largest cultural funding mechanisms in the United States, supporting nearly 300 organizations in the greater Denver, Colorado area. You're listening to eTown.
I'm Nick Forster. The California Honeydrops are going to be back to play some more music later on. Coming up, we've got a great singer, coincidentally also from Oakland, California. Miko Marks is here. She's going to sing some songs from her latest. Our next guest, I was mentioning before how we've all had those moments where things change, where we saw something, found something, discovered something that actually made us feel like we could take a different path. And I know for me that came relatively early. I wasn't going to go down the path of my dad, which has also been the path of my grandfather or my great-grandfather's. Like, I don't think I'm going to do that. And when I was a kid, the big threats around when I was growing up were nuclear war with Russia. And we had the drills where we'd go under our desks, which would have helped a lot. That was the thing that was weighing us down as little people. And yet the more pressing concern, I think, for young people today is environmental rather than a nuclear annihilation. And so it's just a thing that is part of their life. Some kids notice and others don't, but our next guest is somebody who noticed. Emma Weber is somebody who started thinking about these issues young. She joined something called the Sunrise Movement. She became an activist. She started lobbying her school board to make more green and energy-efficient changes in schools all across her region. She's working on legislation in the state of Colorado. It's a serious thing. And as I mentioned, she's still in high school. So please welcome to eTown, Emma Weber. Emma, welcome. Glad you're here.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
As I mentioned, you're still in high school, but you've been at this for a while. When did you start sort of thinking about these issues and recognizing that you should try to get involved?
I started when I was in 8th grade, so during COVID, I got really interested in jellyfish, and then my parents got me some books about jellyfish, and then I learned about the ocean, and then I learned that the ocean was at risk due to climate change, and then I just kind of went down a spiral from there and got involved through that.
The ocean is huge, and you're small.
This is true.
And so how did it actually even occur to you that whatever you could do as a high school person would have an impact?
I started doing school strikes for climate in 8th grade.
School strikes?
Yes, so
Like
I didn't go to school on Fridays. So it was along with the movement that Greta Thunberg started, Fridays for Future.
Oh, yeah.
And so the idea was that students were not going to school in order to show legislators and the public that they needed to take action on the climate crisis. And so that was where I started.
But Greta was somebody you had become aware of.
Yeah, she was someone I'd become aware of. And I think she was really a role model for me, showing that someone who I think she started when she was 15 and she started a global movement.
Yeah. Now, speaking of movements, there is a thing called the Sunrise Movement.
Yeah, we had a local environmental club at our high school that I joined. And then after being in that for about a year, I joined Sunrise Movement.
And as I understand it, Sunrise Movement has essentially a Green New Deal for schools.
Yeah, so we're kind of championing a Green New Deal for schools, which is a vision to transform our schools to face the climate crisis and invest in Black, brown, and working class communities.
Yeah. It's great, and there's also a component about creating green jobs, training young people so that they can actually have careers in things that are environmentally beneficial, as I understand it. Is that right?
Yeah, that's one of the kind of components of the Green New Deal for schools.
I also thought that there was a thing about changing government a little bit. Is that part of your mission too?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you ready? Because we all want you to work really quickly now.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We need you. So you've had some success. I know you had some success with the local school board. Boulder Valley Schools committed to making some changes last year.
Yeah, we campaigned for about 8 months in our school board. We went to school board meetings, rallied like a big network of students from across the district, and we got Boulder Valley School District to pass the first in the nation Green New Deal for Schools resolution.
Wow, amazing.
One of the really cool things about the Green New Deal for Schools and the Sunrise Movement is that there are other school districts that have since also passed Green New Deal for Schools resolution, and we're also trying to implement similar policies at the state level now.
Yeah, with state legislators.
Exactly.
How's that going?
It's going well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a week ago, we had our first rally at the state capitol.
A rally at the state capitol and a bit of a march too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is so helpful and so positive. I'm so happy to know about all this stuff. Is there such a thing as a website where somebody could go and learn more about the work you're doing?
If you go to sunrisemovement.org, that's where our general website is. If you want to learn more about what we're doing locally, the best place is probably our Instagram page. It's Green New Deal for Co. If you're interested in learning more about
Green New
our
Deal
work.
for CO on Instagram or sunrisemovement.org. Okay. And anything you can think of in particular that we could do to help you in your efforts?
For everyone, just to be involved in whatever ways they can, like join an organization, join a movement around you, talk to people around you about it, vote for the politicians, the legislators who are doing the best work, all of those things.
Okay, we'll try our best on your behalf and for your generation. That's why we all do this stuff, because it's for future generations. And I'm so happy that you're doing the work you're doing and you're giving us some hope. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Okay. The California Honeydrops are going to play some more music in a little while, but first I'm going to tell you about our next guest. Miko Marks, as I mentioned earlier, was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. She was raised by a single mom. She sang in church, sang in choirs. She migrated to college in Louisiana. Not long after that, she was married and had a kid. Still, her musical vision, her musical passion persisted. And she went to Nashville. She decided to focus a little bit on country music and named in that direction, eventually moved out to the West Coast. But it's fairly recent that she has recommitted to her career in music in a big way. And that means putting a band together and recording and making records and booking shows. So we're really happy that she's here. Please welcome to eTown also for her first visit, Miko Marks.
eTown for the first time. Y'all are lovely. So my mom and dad have gone on. They're now ancestors. And every show I like to do this song and ask that you bring your ancestors into the building. Your loved ones that have gone on that you think would enjoy this show. Think about them. They will come. As I walk this road, I'm weary, feel it in my soul. Let me go down to the water where I seek what I hope to find. Strength of mother to shout it. I say, come, come and take me by the hand. And I'm calling, calling on the ancestors now. Said I'm calling, calling on the ancestors now. I feel the water rising, and I'll keep on stepping in. I'm gonna let it wash all over. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me calling? Calling on the ancestors now. Oh, said I'm calling, calling on the ancestors now. I'm gonna let it wash all over me, yeah. Wash all over, fill me up. Can you hear me calling, calling on the ancestors now? Yeah. Take my hand, yes. Calling on the ancestors now. Said I'm calling, calling on the ancestors now. Tired of all the talking when nothing seems to change. Every generation's gotta fight the same damn thing. Politicians come and politicians go. Bring in promises they can tell but they can't show. Looking for redemption for a nation that's been lost. And all our good intentions won't help to pay the cost. Blood on the bridges, I feel it running in the streets. Yeah. That old time religion, no, it ain't good enough for me.
Miko Marks, welcome to eTown for your first visit.
Thank you.
So cool.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad this worked out. So I mentioned that you grew up in Flint, Michigan, and that your mom was a single mom, and she worked something called third shifts. What does that mean?
When I went to school in the morning, she was coming home, so she wasn't there when I left, but when I got home, she was leaving. So I never really got a chance to spend a lot of time with my mom because she was working, and so I lived with my grandma a great part of my childhood.
Yeah, and your grandma liked country music, right?
Yes, she loved it.
Yeah.
And so I got exposed to country music at a very young age. I would say about 6 or 7 years old.
So it's funny, I was thinking about how with Lech from the Honeydrops, his dad loved big band and old classic New Orleans jazz and stuff, and his mom was a product of the 60s. We really do take in the music that we're around when we're impressionable young people, right?
Absolutely. I was kind of confused because there was country, there was gospel, there was blues, there was R&B, there was Motown right up the road, and so there was like a lot of different styles in my house.
And then you made it even more confusing by joining a madrigals group.
I did.
Singing Baroque vocal music.
Yeah, I was doing like requiems and PAAZUs and all these things in my high school because my teacher, he was just a perfectionist. And he got us to Carnegie Hall. I was 15.
But country music kind of stayed in you, right?
It stayed with me, and it's still here.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was the stories. And as a kid, listening to these stories like Coal Miner's Daughter or Coat of Many Colors, it was like this whole book was being read to me in song.
Yeah. And then you went to college, and as I mentioned, you got married, you had a son, and your sort of musical journey took a little bit of a hiatus.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all, I wasn't really into music at first because when I sang in the church, people would fall out. And as a child, that's kind of scary. If they're shouting and falling out, it doesn't feel good. So, but they said it was good. And so.
Did you think you were like hurting people or what happened?
Yeah, I did. So when they asked me to sing, I was like, no, I don't want to.
So you go on this other path, this other journey where you're a family person and you're married and you're raising your son. But that didn't stay that way for that long.
Well, my husband was like, I was working as a legal secretary in San Francisco. He was like, quit that job. You're supposed to be singing, and I want you to pursue your dream. He was like, so quit the job, and we'll get a demo. And we went to Fantasy Studios in Berkeley and did like a little 6-song thing, and it got to Nashville some kind of way to Ron Cornelius, and he produced my first record.
Yeah.
Freeway Bound,
Yeah. So then you get to Nashville and you look around and you say, wait a minute, not everybody here looks like me.
Nobody looked like me. But I was so idealistic and wide-eyed and just thinking like, oh, it's going to be fine because if you have the talent, you're going to be okay.
Well, listen, I just think it's great that your journey is atypical, but it started with that moment where you recognized you had a gift and you kept it going. And hats off to your husband, who he's now your ex-husband, right?
He's my ex-husband, but he's still my good friend. I had a guitar delivered while I've been here, and I had him take it to my house, and he goes, you have 9 fire hazards in this house.
He's still a San Francisco fireman. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we got more songs to play. I'm just glad you're here and good to get to know you a little bit, and glad that we get to play some music with you. So
I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much. eTown, the band, the eTones are amazing.
Yeah, thanks, Miko. Well, let's get back to more. Welcome back, if you would, Miko Marks from Oakland, California.
Hear that whistle blowing just before the break of day. Don't know where I'm going, no. Seems I've been too long away. they're never what they seem. But now the time is coming to reap what I have sown. Lord, I feel like going home. Feel like going home. Oh yeah, I feel like going home. Feel like going home. Oh yeah, I feel like going home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Said I feel like going home. Feel like going home. Now the time is coming to reap what I have sown. Lord, I feel like going home. Feel like going home. Oh yeah, I feel like going home. Feel like going home. Oh yeah, I feel like going home. Feel like going home. Feel like going home.
Miko Marks from Oakland, California, Red Tone Records, along with the eTones. Christian Teal on the drums, Adam Bodine on the keys, Bradley Morse on the bass, Helen Forster singing harmony, Miko Marks.
Your visit to eTown is made possible in part by the Bohemian Foundation, building stronger communities through the bohemian qualities of creativity and imagination. On the web at bohemianfoundation.org. And by the way, I'd like to take this opportunity to let you guys know that for your viewing pleasure, there are over 2,000 videos on the eTown YouTube channel, where you can also subscribe in order to stay up to date with our latest video offerings, including from this show. You're listening to eTown.
I'm Nick Forster. You are listening to eTown. I want to say hello to some folks who are listening to eTown right now on stations like WSKG, 91.5 FM in Binghamton, New York. Thanks for tuning in. On KJAC, the Colorado Sound, 105.5 in Greeley in Colorado, all along the Front Range. And on KXCR, 90.7 FM in Florence, Oregon. Thank you for listening. As always, if you want some more info about any of our guests this week, you want to find out more about exactly what they look like, you can see photos and videos, and you can find out all kinds of stuff. You can find out how to get tickets to live shows and much more on the web at etown.org. You can subscribe to our podcast, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can get on our mailing list if you want to. So Miko Marks, as I mentioned, she was, inspired by her mom and Loretta Lynn and so many others. And Lech was captivated by so many soulful players and different styles of music that he loved. And Emma Weber, of course, was inspired by her parents and her community, and she's doing stuff. We are here together at a challenging time, and we can all aim high and be inspired by these characters that we're around. So I feel grateful, and thanks for being a part of this journey with us this week. Right now, please help me welcome back to the stage the California Honeydrops.
Thank you. We're going to play one more song. This is one off the new record. This one's called Singing My Prayer. Another day gave way to moon glow. Another day is gone just like June. Another day, and I know tomorrow, sunshine or sorrow, I'll be singing my prayer. I know it's best not to borrow, and I know I've got all I need, yeah, and that's why sunshine or sorrow, first light tomorrow, I'll be singing my prayer. Oh, good morning, lunar night. All you need is a melody to make everything alright. It's best not to borrow. I know I've got all I need, and that's why sunshine or sorrow, first light tomorrow, I'll be singing my prayer. Come on. Woo. Yeah, man. Gave way to moon glow. Another day's gone just like June. Another day, and I know tomorrow, sunshine or sorrow, I'll be singing my prayer. Come on. everybody.
California Honeydrops. Lech Wierzynski. Benjamin Malamut, Johnny Bones, Lorenzo Loera, Beaumont Boyer, Oliver Tuttle, Leon Cotter, Miles Blackwell. The California Honeydrops. Their latest is called Keep On Digging. We've got time for one more song. I want to get everybody out here and do one more number for you. I want to say special thanks to Miko Marks for coming out from Oakland, California. Great singer, songwriter. Thanks to the eTones, Helen Forster. Thanks to Emma Weber, our high school champion climate activist, working hard for her generation and those that follow. Thanks to the California Honeydrops for coming to eTown Hall. We found a Sam Cooke song that you all have a small vocal part on. We're going to count on you for some singing. I'm Nick Forster. Hope you can be with us next week right here in eTown.
Lights turn way down low, and music soft and slow. With someone you love so, that's where it's at.
Your heart beating fast, you knowing that time will pass, but hoping that it lasts. That's where it's at. Yeah, yeah.
That's where it's at, pretty baby. That's where it's at.
Oh yeah.
That's where it's at, pretty baby.
Oh yeah.
That's where it's at.
Your world turned upside down. You're making not a sound, no one else around, and that's where it's at. Ooh.
You say time go.
Yeah.
She said no, yes I know. Just stay 1 minute more. That's where it's at.
This mic.
Come on, y'all, help us out. That's where it's at, pretty baby. That's where it's at.
Oh yeah.
That's where it's at, pretty baby. That's where it's at. Come on,
Can we hear you say?
that's where it's at, pretty baby.
You sound good.
This is a production of eTown.